Hello everyone, Diana Spicer here. I'm coming to you from beautiful Florida, the Tampa area, and I came down here from my home in Pennsylvania to take in a little bit of sunshine. Today is January 2nd, 2020. I'm excited for the next year and pushing myself out of my comfort zone. And so that is going to be my theme for myself this year. And have you ever expended more energy worrying about doing something or dreading to do something and just spent all this time just reeling it in your head of not wanting to do it, and because maybe you're afraid of what other people might think, or just afraid of maybe being criticized or not knowing enough, and then just being judged or rejected. I definitely have struggled with that over the years, and yet there's that inner voice that says there's something more to life than just cowering to potential criticism. And I just heard a quote not too long ago. I think it was from Dean Graciosi, saying that they do not make statues of critics. And that is true, that we can take the criticism and turn it into fueling us to become a better version of ourselves, or we can take it personal and let it just totally disempower us. And I have allowed that for too much of my life, and there's life experiences and just knowledge from those experiences that I would like to share with other women that I know have gone through hell and back. And so it's time to branch out of my comfort zone and do this, to not only just empower myself, but to hopefully empower other women that have gone through many of the same things. So if you've ever felt that way, whether you feel like there's something more and you'd like to contribute, or you're in a difficult situation, there is more, and we can break free to grasp that. As I said, I am pushing myself out of my comfort zone this year, and I haven't done much video, but here we go. I'm gonna do it. And I'm a very busy mom of 3, 5 and younger, and so it's probably gonna be a lot of it just real and raw, where there's not much edits. And I'm just gonna do the best that I can, and I'll grow from there, and give myself permission to do that, and it's okay. So my mission is to launch this and help women who have also gone through desperate situations, whether it was through childhood or during childhood or adolescence or adulthood, from whether it's just financial difficulties that just made home life very difficult also, and whether it's domestic violence and abuse, and just all the pain that comes with all of that, just for us to be able to overcome that and move forward, and then being able to become equipped with skills for our mindset to shift, and for us to no longer be targets, and regain our self-worth, rebuild that. And that is one of the things that I've found, is that we have to recover our self-worth to move forward. And so addressing those roadblocks that get in our way for achieving that. So being able to work on our mindset and to learn the skills to do that, and also just gaining the financial stability to not have to be dependent on other people that would otherwise take advantage of our disadvantage. Whether we're, a stay-at-home mom and working our tail off, taking care of the children, the family, the house, doing the cooking, the cleaning, and maybe we're struggling with chronic illness because of all the stress of not financially having enough, and just being in the store and just, agonizing over whether to buy a loaf of bread or not, just not knowing whether you're going to have enough, or just living paycheck to paycheck so tightly and having to go without food and therapy that you need to live and thrive. So chronic illness has been a part of my life since I was about 12 years old, and only worsened over the years. Went a long time without a diagnosis. So, and a lot of people just, treating me as though it was just all in my head, or I didn't have enough faith, or there's just something wrong with me mentally, or whatever it might have been. And so I know what it feels like, and it doesn't feel very good. But then growing up, and then going into adulthood, and not being equipped with the knowledge to know how much it would cost to raise a family, and being misled by the concept of faith even, and that kind of betraying you and backfiring. That's something that we have experienced, and it hurts deeply. And so this group is for women who want to become resilient, and they have faced difficult things in the past, and maybe currently face an ongoing difficulty, whether it's domestic issues, and just the stress weighing you down, and just not knowing how to get out, and just feeling trapped. And that's where I have been for too long. And I just remember one time when I was struggling for my life, about 4 years ago, that I was just laying on the floor because I couldn't walk, and just remembering that there was more to life than this, and I wasn't going to give up. And I remember having a resolve within me, knowing that if I'm going through this, there's other women going through the same thing without help or support or understanding. And I just knew I have to get through this, and things have to change, because I want to be able to see my children grow up. I want to be their mom. I don't want them to end up with a second mom, because I ended up passing off the scene. So being able to learn those things and delve into the things that would change our circumstance and help, just physically and financially, and just internally, just make it a huge difference. And it's a journey. It's still a journey, but it's something I've had a heart for several years, and want to just extract my knowledge and be able to share it with others, so that they may be able to spring forward, I guess, would be the way to put it, to not have to go through so much pain for as long. So if I can help others get a shortcut to finding the answers. And that is what I want to help women do, and do this together as a team, build a community of women that support each other. And I've called the group Resilient Women, and those who don't want to give up on life, who want to bounce back and then make a difference in other people's lives. That is what we're about equipping women internally, externally, get financially stable, and not just to survive anymore, but to actually thrive and have what you need to be the best version of you that each one of us are meant to be and become. So that is my heart. This is all new to me, so it's not going to be perfect, but yeah, pushing out of the comfort zone, because that's the only way we can grow. And as I've heard it before, it's I think it was Dean Graziosi or Tony Robbins just mentioning that so many of us are afraid of change, but we should be afraid of staying the same. And that was very profound for me. So even though it's new and different and somewhat uncomfortable, I know that I gotta do it. I gotta do it for my family. I gotta do it for all those women out there that I'm looking forward to meeting. I'm doing it for myself. So I hope you do that too, and join me on this journey. Oh, take care.